Here we are with the analysis for the Kentucky Derby 2025, and we have a surprise today. We have here Scotty McKeever, creator of Equinedge.com. Hello, Scotty. How you doing?
Good, Alfredo. What's going on?
Well, we invite Scotty to have the impressions of Scotty, his comments of the horses in the Kentucky Derby. I am going to add some of my own stuff, but I believe it's going to be very useful for all of you, and that is the idea, to give good information and winners here at Equinedge.com, Kentucky Derby analysis. Don't forget to register your free user at Equinedge.com. In the QR code that you are going to see on your screen, you go directly on the page where you can register your free user. Do it right away. It's the best handicapping tool in the business for the U.S. horse racing. So, Scotty, the picks of Equinedge, the Scotty picks are Grande, the number 10, and Sovereignty, the number 18. And the long shot is Journalism. The Journalism is the favorite of the race, but the Scotty picks him has the long shot. So to begin with that, what do you think about those selections?
I tell you, I was really excited to see them because, and they could change a little bit, right? Because we still have a few days before the Derby, so the numbers are always updating. So I wouldn't be surprised by a few changes. But at first glance, there's so much speed in the race, Alfredo. Citizen Bull needs the lead. East Avenue is an absolute speedball, and East Avenue needs the lead. Rodriguez is fast. Neilquist is fast. These are horses that need the lead for their best. I think we're going to see one of the fastest derbies we've seen in a long time as far as the first quarter mile. I'm not going to be surprised if we see 23 flat. It's just not going to surprise me. And so it's going to set it up for a horse like Journalism, Sovereignty, even from that 18 post. What I do like about Grande, I will say, besides the 6-1 EE morning line, what I like about Grande is the tactical speed. Grande can sit 5 lengths back, 2 lengths back. So Grande, that is a wonderful post for Grande, who's tactical.
What I am amazed that Grande is not only the top pick, it's the top win percentage as well.
Yeah.
I am a bit surprised about that, but he's a good horse. He's not a bad horse. But I don't know. This group is very tough. If you order the race by SOR, Grande is going to be at the bottom with the 11, the 3, 6, and 7 are the impetus from the Japan, the number 7, from the what is the name of the race there, the Emirates Derby that was run during the Saudi Cup, or was during the Dubai World Cup day, and Admire Daytona, and was at Maidan. That was during the Dubai World Cup day, and he won that in a dramatic fashion. And he's a son of Drifong. Do you remember him, right?
Yep.
Drifong was a speed horse, and he won until 7 furlongs. But this horse is running longer distances, so that is very nice. The GSR is lower than most of the horses here, but it's very interesting that Grande, as you said, is the horse to beat according to the win percentage. Then let's talk about Journalism. So, what do you think about this horse? 4 victories in a row.
I will say this about the win percentages, right? Like the top win percentage in the race is only 15%. So as far as win percentage goes, I don't think I'm going to even use the win percentage as a guide at all, because I think the EE morning line is a factor, the GSR is a factor, but Journalism is getting a lot of people are talking about Journalism right now, and why not for Mike McCarthy? Rispoli's been on fire, by the way. I haven't always been a fan of Rispoli, only because for whatever reason, when I bet on him, I had some, bad luck. But you got to get. But that being said, he is really riding good right now, and this is a horse that probably I wouldn't be surprised if Journalism is the favorite in the Kentucky Derby.
Yes, well, he is the morning line favorite, and to tell you the truth, I like the horse. He's a curling. I love curling, and he was my favorite when he ran the Kentucky Derby. He finished third behind Street Sense. Do you remember that?
Mhm.
And I was a bit disappointed. Then he confirmed his class, winning the Preakness. Then he was defeated by Rags to Riches in the Belmont. And finally, he was the horse of the year because he won the Breeders' Cup Classic. But journalism, maybe he's able to do what his father was not able to do, to win the Derby. And he's a very good horse. His dam was very good as well.
The dam Opetism earned almost $900,000. It's a very, very nice mare. Like,
Yeah,
absolutely.
she was very nice. She was
Very
very nice. To tell you the truth, in my opinion, he won the Santa Anita Derby. Is right that he was, a bit lost before the final stretch, and he reacted and he defeated a good horse, Baeza. That day, Citizen Bull didn't run at all. And Citizen Bull, I saw that horse working very well at Churchill Downs. That is a speed bias track. I don't know. I don't know why I'm not convinced by this horse. I'm pretty sure he's very good, but good enough to win the Kentucky Derby. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not convinced that Citizen Bull is gonna, with the style of Citizen Bull. This is a horse that needs a lead for its best, and I mean, this is a very nice horse, obviously, but this horse needs the lead. East Avenue needs the lead. East Avenue has a lot of class. Citizen Bull needs the lead, like we were talking about early in the show, and I mean, Rodriguez needs the lead. Another one for Bob Baffert under Mike Smith, like. Who's going to try? Is Mike Smith going to try to rate Rodriguez? Good luck with that, because you're sealing your fate there. Same with Citizen Bull. If Garcia doesn't send, Garcia is very aggressive. Garcia's sending. There's no doubt about that. So I'm just saying, like something's got to give. Unless one of these clears early, then somebody's coming from behind here. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see a big price horse like Luxor Cafe, the 7 horse, the Japanese spread.
But see that the pace is predicting that Citizen Bull will have the chance to dominate the pace.
Yeah.
The
Actually,
new
Luxor Cafe
is not even close.
Bred. I didn't realize that, but the Japanese-owned Luxor Cafe, the 7, is actually a Kentucky bred. So American Pharoah, the dam was very nice. Had a mixture of dirt and turf. I'm looking at right now. Wouldn't be surprised. I mean, that horse can rate, be far back. I mean, maybe I'm going to take a stronger look at the 7 horse Luxor Cafe.
Well, that is another option that Scott is mentioning. So we talk about grander journalism. East Avenue, he was forced to look for the lead in the bluegrass. And he has natural speed, but he was forced. He's a medaglia de oro. We mentioned Citizen Bull. I believe he's going to improve a lot this race. If this horse was not in his best form, he will be not here. So for a reason, Buffer put this horse here, and I believe he's a lot better than Rodriguez.
But I mean, I'm gonna, if I can get into the Derby, I'm going to the Derby. But the bottom line is you're not going to change a horse's style. And Citizen Bull.
No, he's going to go to the lead, and
he might not get the lead. Do you know how fast East Avenue is? I mean, that East Avenue is lightning fast. I mean, so Rodriguez needs the lead, and Rodriguez is very fast. I really do think the fastest horse in the race is East Avenue, and but Citizen Bull is absolutely fast and has the top pace number. But again, I think what I like about this Derby, I think it's a lot easier to see. Hey, look, there's so much speed in this race. I'm throwing those horses out. Who can rate and who's going to come from behind? So maybe even some of the horses in the wide post might be able to come from behind. Sovereignty, right? The Equinedge second pick. Does this race not set up for? I mean, this horse was second in the Florida Derby as your favorite. Absolutely, the Bill Mott trainee. I mean, this horse looks absolutely live in the Kentucky Derby.
Yes, he was defeated in the Florida Derby, and the only reason was the post position, and Junior was not able to ride that horse that day because he was injured.
I bet they are so confident in Sovereignty. If I was the ownership and the trainer, I would be super confident about going into the Derby with Sovereignty.
No, this horse he's the horse of the race. And
I think so.
He's the horse of the race, and The pace scenario will help him a lot. And I was at the track because when he won the Fountain of Youth, I was at the Florida Derby, obviously, but I knew that day Tappan Street was winning. But during the Fountain of Youth, before the race, I liked the horse a lot. One of the reasons was that victory before that race. And it's funny because he broke his maiden in a stake race at Churchill Downs, and he was last. And he rushed up and won the race easily. So we don't need proof. This horse likes Churchill Downs, and he's a closer. So that day, I like the horse, and someone told me, "Oh, this horse, he was not, at his top." And I confirmed that with Junior afterwards. He was at 60%, maybe.
Yeah.
He was not ready, and he won the race. And I was there, and his strides were massive, impressive at the end. This horse is going to fly at the end. That is the horse to beat.
So there's going to be a lot of people asking about Admire Daytona, the Japanese bred, and this one has 2 wins, 2 seconds, earned $670,000 in 6 lifetime races, and I mean this one won a Group 2 last time out, and this one, but what it was interesting for me is that this horse was actually 7-1 on the EE morning line, 30-1 on the odds makers morning line. So I think Admire Daytona, the 6 horse, is worth a look.
Well, maybe he's going to run very well. At maiden, he was, like fading at the end, but he won the race anyway. And Christophe Lemaire did the travel to ride the horse for Yukihiro Kato. So
yeah,
but I believe he's a horse of maybe 1 mile.
Yeah.
The Drifon was in that way, was a sprinter. So that is my doubt. The pedigree is a limitation with him.
Yeah.
Owen Almighty.
What's that?
What do you think about Owen Almighty?
Let's look here. The problem for this horse is, first of all, the post and the horse's style. I don't give this horse almost any chance because it's not a horse that's going to rate from too far back. It's going to have to send hard. There's bigger speed than that horse. I don't feel like Owen Almighty. I don't think this race is going to set up well for a very nice horse, but it's going to be very difficult for this one.
Yes, well, Javier, I imagine, will try to rate the horse. He has no other options. Maybe he will try to hit the board. It's not a bad horse. We talk about Luxor Cafe, 4 victories in a row. As you said, he's a Kentucky bred American Pharaoh, winner of this race. He has the ability to run the distance for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the horse that maybe could be a surprise here. 19 Chunk of Gold. Only 1 victory, Scotty. Only 1.
Well, I've seen worse long shots win a race like this. And right, this horse looks like it's 12-1 on the EE morning line. I don't know why. It's 30-1 on the odds makers morning line. This horse was second in the Louisiana Derby. I don't like the post position. That all being said, the horse is going to get speed up front, and this is a horse that closes. Like, I don't know what the upside of Chunk of Gold is. This horse could win at 50 or 60-1, and I'm not going to be surprised. And it's 12-1 on the EE morning line. Like, I think you've got to consider this horse in all the positions and even the exotics.
In the exotics, maybe he's going to be attractive. I believe so.
Yeah.
He has run well all his races, all of them.
Yeah.
He's a good horse. He's a very good horse. Nyokus, he ran the Florida Derby. He finished third behind the Tappan Street and Soberty.
Yeah.
The GSR, the distance is the issue. He's dropping 10 points. He's a good horse, has a speed, but apparently the distance is going to be an issue, and he's going to be overmatched maybe.
Yeah.
Tistastic. This horse is interesting. He's a Tis the Law, very strong pedigree, won the Louisiana Derby, and this one is like the number 19 and Sovereignty, a closer, Scotty.
So let's see. What number is Tintastic?
14.
14. There we go. Hold on here. Okay. I had eliminated a horse already. So
Wow.
45 to 1 on the EE morning line. Ran a good, the horse can close. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't get the pulse going. You know, I don't know. This horse for Asmussen looks okay. It finished last time. It got a lot of speed in the Louisiana Derby. It's going to get a lot of speed here. Yeah, I guess, when you talk about, I'm surprised. This horse is 45 to 1 EE morning line, coming out of Louisiana Derby. And Chunk of Gold is 12 to 1 on the EE morning line coming out of the same race, but lost by 2 1/4 lengths. That's super interesting to me.
Yes, it is for sure. The great horse Sandman. What do you think about the number 17 Sandman? He won the Arkansas Derby.
So I didn't eliminate Sandman. 10 to 1 on the EE morning line, and the horse can come from behind. Won the Arkansas Derby. I wasn't really looking at this horse close enough, but the truth is, first of all, Jose Ortiz is riding as good as anybody right now, and this horse really has not done much wrong. It broke 10th in the Rebel, and then was wide, and still only lost by a length and 3/4. I personally don't think the Arkansas Derby was all that strong.
I agree. I didn't like that race.
So I'm going to play against this horse, especially from that post. That being said, I anticipate such a fast pace in here. Like, I'm not touching anybody that's going to be near the pace. Nobody. Like, I am eliminating. I'm not even putting anybody that's going to be near the pace. That style is to be near the pace. Alfredo, I'm not even using them in the exotics. I'm not even using them in the superfecta.
So like you're talking about the number 1 Citizen Bull, the number 2 the number 4 Rodriguez, the number 12 It's Avenue, American Promise number 5 as well.
Yeah, not even
Dwayne Lucas.
Absolutely. Like, I am eliminating every one of those horses from even the exotics.
Owen Almighty, you mentioned that. Admire Daytona also has a speed. So
Owen Almighty done. No,
well, Grande is not a speed horse. He's
Grande
in the middle of the pack.
I like Grande. I do. I'm probably, my top pick is most likely going to be Sovereignty or Journalism. But the only reason why I'm not putting all my money on Grande is because, I love horses that are tactical, and that might be a mistake on my part, because Grande can rate, but his style is to be kind of near the pace, and the pace is going to be so fast. Is he going to be rating off of too fast a pace? Should we be looking at horses that are going to come from further back? So that's what I have to try to figure out. But as far as the speed horses go, I'm chucking them all out.
So to do a quick recap before talk about the last 3 or 4 horses, let's talk about Borhan Square, and we do the picks at the end, because we will use them in the Spanish, the people in Spanish later. Borhan Square, he won the Bluegrass over It's Avenue.
I don't like that this horse is 20 to 1 on the EE morning line. I'll be honest with you. The horse has a very good style for this race. It does. But why? I don't. Maybe it's because the system knows that this horse is not going to get 10 furlongs. I mean, it's dropping 12 points in GSR.
Yes, that is not good, because he's a Lian's map. And then we have also Publisher. He's a maiden. Irad Ortiz is riding. He finished second to Sandman in the Arkansas Derby.
You know what the only surprise here is that this is the strongest mount that Irad Ortiz could get. Oh man, I'm just going to say it. Like, this horse has zero chance to win this race.
A Cold Battle won the Rebel, finished third in the Arkansas Derby, behind Publisher.
What number?
16.
The reason I'm asking that is because I had eliminated the horse. So okay.
20
here's
to
another
5
horse
in the Equinage morning line.
Yeah, I just don't think the Arkansas Derby was that great, and this horse got third by 7. The Rebel, I don't think the Rebel was that good. I just don't think any of those races over at Oaklawn Park were that. I'm not giving them that much credit. It's also, I don't think that this horse wants, I really don't think this horse, I think one of the reasons why it ran poorly last time out, and look, it was only a length and a half back of the stretch and loses by 7 lengths, and now it's got to go 10 furlongs. I would enter this race as well. You only have very few chances to get into the Kentucky Derby, but I think this horse has no chance.
Yes, and it's dropping 14 points in the GSR.
Yeah.
Final Gambit won the stakes at Torboy Park on synthetic. Now he's running on dirt for the very first time, and the GSR is dropping almost 30 points.
If this horse wins, it's going to be at 70-1, 80-1. Like, I don't see it. I mean, you're talking about some of the top 3-year-olds in the world, and you've never even been on the dirt before. And not only that, it's one of the things that shows you how weak. It doesn't mean that 1 or 2 or 3 of these horses might not become great, but the fact that this horse even qualified for the Kentucky Derby tells you how weak the field is this year.
Yeah. Render Judgment, because we talk about American Promise already, and he's going to be close to the lead. Ranger Judgment, he's a Blaine. He finished 5th in the Bluegrass behind the Bornham Square.
Well, I mean, the fact that this horse loses ground from the stretch to the finish and now has to go get 10 furlongs, I don't see it.
And finally, Flying Mohawk. This is maybe the longest shot in the board. Finished 2nd on synthetic. And first time running dirt, the GSR is dropping 36 points. The number 11, Flying Mohawk.
Okay, 11. Thank you. So this horse in that JR Stakes Grade 3, I mean, okay, the fact that this horse qualified for the Derby tells you how weak this group is. Like, that was a Grade 3, a very weak SOR, 45-1 in the EE morning line. So essentially, this horse qualified for the Derby by getting 2nd in a very weak Grade 3 race. Like, I don't see it. The race would have to stop.
Okay, so to finish this, Scotty potential top picks, you don't need to give a specific order. You mentioned Sovereignty, the 18 Sovereignty. Then you mentioned also Grande, number 10. You mentioned Journalism, number 8. Do you want to add another horse in this list?
No. As far as the wind end goes, I think the 19 horse is a long shot that I'm going to look closer at.
Chunk of gold.
I'm intrigued.
Long shot.
I'm intrigued by first of all, it's got a 93 GSR. I mean, you and I both know we don't see too many GSRs this high, and it's 12-1 on the EE morning line. There's just and there's so much speed in the race. And not only that, the horses only had 4 lifetime races. So, and it was in the Risen Star, Louisiana Derby. Like, it handled the stretch out no problem. In fact, it was only a half a length back of the stretch last time out in the Louisiana Derby and ended up losing by 2 1/4 lengths, but still. There's something about that, right? I just have a feeling that this horse might be better than we think. So I'm going to be looking at the 19 very carefully. I'm also going to be looking at the Luxor Cafe, the Japanese-owned horse. It's a Kentucky bred, but I'm going to be looking at that horse as well because it's won 4 straight races in a row, and it really ran good in that stakes race. Now, they weren't group rated, though, so there wasn't a Grade 1, Grade 2, Grade 3. So it's hard to know how strong they were. So I don't know that I can fully trust it. I'm not going to even consider that horse in the win end, but I'm only considering the 8, 10, 18, and 19. But I'm leaning towards Sovereignty being my play, my win bet.
Okay, win bet.
Okay, but let me tell you, I really do like the journalism as well. I really do, and I tell you what, this might be Rispoli's year to win. I reserve the right to change my mind. Let me tell you, Rispoli is riding so freaking good right now. And he just really is. Like you need to take that into consideration right now. And this horse is doing so good. So I'm looking at the 8 and the 18. Just know, you know who's going to get first run. The 10 Grande is going to get first run at the top of the stretch for sure.
Well, I saw this horse here. He's good, but he's not Sovereignty. He's not Sovereignty.
Yeah.
I believe, despite the fast pace, I'm pretty sure Citizen Bull will resist a lot in this opportunity. So I will use him as a fair pick. I believe this is maybe a 2-race horse, 18 and 8, Sovereignty and Journalism. I believe Sovereignty is the horse to beat here.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. I know that you are going to change your mind, but I believe the 18 is the horse to beat. So this was the analysis for the Kentucky Derby with Scotty McKeever. Thank you, Scotty, to give us your opinion about the top race of the year in the US. And hopefully we will have some winners with these picks that we mentioned. And you listen to Scotty giving his opinion, so you will consider some horses for the exotics as well that are good options in the Kentucky Derby. We are also posting a version of this video in Spanish with Scotty, but only talking about the picks. And we will have another version in Spanish, Scotty, that I will do with the boss of the press from Hipódromo San Isidro in Argentina. He will be joining me and to do also a video similar to this one. So you will have other options in Spanish, English and Spanish in this channel. Thank you very much. Have a good night.